guys, it's Lynk Plays Games. Welcome back to my channel. So, I got some stories for you today. I got a handful of them. So it's story time. Come gather around the dumbass table. The irresponsible dumbass table. Alright, so this morning I had to work a different branch. So I'm a couple towns over. Well, the way I have to go is directly in the path of the sunlight. And a couple weeks ago when I tried to drive it, I was so fucking blinded. I could not see shit. Could not see jack shit. I wanted to cry the whole way here. My shoulder is so tense from this morning. Anyways, so I couldn't see. I'm panicking. And I'm like, I just want to get to work. So, thankfully, I made it safe. Was I driving under the speed limit a lot? Yes. Was I stopping at every light because I couldn't tell if it was green or not? Yes. I pissed off a lot of people that day. And so, this week, I told myself, hey, I'm going to that branch again. I'm gonna, leave early. Now, one thing to know about me is I am night blind. I can't see in the dark whatsoever, even with, my headlights. Unless my headlights are on bright, or there's no traffic around me, I can't see worth a shit. I have that little starry effect with the lights. And not only that, my eyes don't adjust quickly. So when oncoming traffic comes, it blinds me, and I gotta sit there like that for a second, trying to see the fucking road. So, yeah, not the safest thing for me to drive at night. That's why I had to leave, evening shifts up at the last place I worked, because I couldn't see once it started getting dark and there was all this traffic. Now, working 3 to midnight there, I could do it. It was still rough on me when there was oncoming traffic, which was very far in between. So there wasn't much oncoming traffic. It wasn't too bad. But then I broke down on the side of the road and was just like, yep, nope, can't do this. And then I started working 11 to 6 there, and then I quit. You guys know how it is. Or 11 to 6, and then or 11 to 8, and that was still bad because it was starting to get dark around 8 and I couldn't fucking see. So then I moved to 9 to 6, and that was better. But anyways, I ended up quitting that place, obviously. So now I'm with this place, and I can't see with the sunlight directly in my eyeballs. I'm like, I'm gonna leave early and just drive early morning, because there shouldn't be too many people out on a Saturday, right? No, there was a jackass behind me in a lifted truck. Couldn't see what kind of truck. I just knew it was lifted because its headlights were directly into my mirror and directly at my eyes. And I'm sitting here like this, trying to drive down the road. And I'm like, I got this. Just granny drive. It's fine. You're fine. If they don't want to go this slow, they'll pass you. And there was many points where they could have passed me. And they didn't. They just wanted to be an asshole behind me. And I knew they had their brakes on because they did turn it off for oncoming traffic, but turned it right back on. And I swear, if I would have brake checked them, I would have got hit for sure. If I tried to slow down quickly versus slowly so I could let them have the time to get off my ass, they would have hit me. So I'm like... So I get here, it's still pitch black. I have, an hour and a half before I have to start my shift up at this branch. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna go get Waffle House. It's literally right across the street. And so I get Waffle House. I go into Waffle House, and everyone there was really nice, said good morning. The waitress was really sweet, really kind. My food only came to $11 and something cents, and I gave her a $10 tip because she was just so sweet. So I leave my tip and pay, and she's like, are you heading into work? I said, well, not yet. We don't open till 9 o'clock over there. I have to be there at 8 something So, no, I'm not heading there yet. I have my Waffle House. I talk to her for a second. And then I go into Walmart. And I go, okay, I'm going to buy me a drink. And I'm going to buy some snacks. I bought a Twix bar and some mini M&Ms. And I'm like, oh, I need makeup wipes. I'll just go ahead and get those. So, I buy me a big ass pack of makeup wipes. That's fine, you know. No problem. And I'm thinking, I just ate greasy bacon. I wonder how my lipstick's holding up. And I mean, it was holding up fine. Don't get me wrong. It was a queen. Real champ today. Anyways, I was like, I want a different color lipstick because this doesn't quite match. So, I go over to the lipsticks and I find a few shades that I like in a brand that I like. The only downside to this brand is it does take a little minute to mattify, and I don't like how long it takes to mattify. But, you know, it's a good brand lipstick. It is, you know, technically... I'm missing... Oh, the other one I'm missing is in my bag. Whoops. It's professional makeup. Like, it's meant for big moments. This is the one I'm currently wearing. Anyways... But yeah, I buy all these lipsticks. And they were not cheap. But that's fine. And then I'm like, oh, while I'm here, I'm going to look at their concealers to see if they got a color that I could use as contour. And before you guys go, that's so dark. It will buff out. It will blend out. And it will get hidden very easily. That's why you go for, like, a really dark shade when you do liquid contour. Then I had to get me more foundation because I'm like, oh, I'm almost out of foundation. And then I was like, my eyebrow's patchy. I'm going to buy an eyeliner pencil, a brown eyeliner pencil. Oh, I bought the wrong kind. I don't like this kind. Oh, well. And then I saw this primer and I went ahead and bought it because... I need a primer. I'm almost out of the stuff I use on a regular basis. So, I spent about $100 already before my workday has started. And that's like Waffle House and everything. Almost $100. So, oops. Nobody tell my boyfriend. He don't watch my videos. So I'm safe. That was aggressive. But anyways, the other stories I have to tell, other than spending $100 this morning and getting off topic, the 601 story. So, yesterday it was a busy day. It was Friday. We have people who come in and cash their checks all day Friday. No big deal. I had one come in, and I asked him how he would like his money back. And he said, I don't care. And so I clicked the button for the machine to just spit out whatever it wanted to. It gave some 50s and some 20s. And then, because I'm not looking at this guy, so I don't know he's talking. It's not one of our regulars. I'm looking at the machine, making sure the money's spitting out properly. And I hear someone say, actually, can I get all ones? And I'm thinking it's my coworker's customer. Because obviously, my customer's seeing the money come out of the machine, and it's in the process of doing so. I also count out the 20s and the 50s, and I put it in an envelope, and I hand it to him. And he never says a word. He goes out. A few minutes later, he comes back. And he goes, I wanted ones. And I'm like, that was... Like, my brain's sitting there going, he said that? I thought it was her customer. And I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I must have misheard you. I said, I'll fix that. I said, and you said 600 ones. And he goes, yes. And I'm like, okay. And so I put in the machine. I said, just to confirm, $1 bills? And he goes, yes. And I don't think he heard me properly. And so I put it into the machine to spit out 600 $1 bills. And so I go, would you like me to strap these for you? And at this point, I'm thinking maybe he's going to like a strip club, or he's going to a bachelor party and they're going to have like a stripper there or something. Or, you know, maybe as a joke, he's maybe going to a birthday party and has one of those guns that's, you know, shoots out the $1 bills. I don't know. One of my friends actually has one of those. She just can't find it. But they exist. So I'm assuming, like, maybe that's what it's for. That or a strip club, like I said. And I'm not here to judge. Who am I to be judgy? I think that would be really cool. To go to a bank and be like, hey, let me get 600 ones. Like, that's a boss move. Like, damn, okay. So, I clicked the machine to spit out 600 ones. About a minute or so goes by. I'm pulling the ones out, putting it to the side, and I continue to do that. Well, about $300 later, the guy goes, oh, you thought I meant $1 bills? I meant hundreds. And at this point, I'm like, what? Excuse me, what? And so, I'm sitting here, the machine's mid-spitting this out. I look over at my coworker, she looks like she's fixing to laugh at me. I would too. And I'm just like, I'm gonna have to wait for this machine to be done doing this. And he's like, okay. And I'm like, oh my god. So, the machine jams up at that point. And I'm like, oh, no. Help. And I'm like literally getting my coworker's attention. I was like, I broke it. And my coworker looks over, looks at the machine, sees it's jammed, and she was fixing to need it in a second, so she starts trying to fix it. And at that point, this guy's getting impatient. He goes, can't you just get me the 6 $100 bills? I'm sitting there thinking, if only you said that in the first place, but I'm just like, I'm so sorry, all my money is in this machine, and we're waiting for it to unjam. So at this point, this guy's frustrated, my coworker's customer's frustrated, the girl behind me is starting to grab people from the lobby, and I turn and look at her. I said, I have not done a transaction yet. Would you swap this out for me if you have the money in your drawer and do the transaction? I said, I can't get it. And she said, yeah, not a problem. She gets the money, gives it to him, she gets his money, puts it in a drawer. End of story. So the guy leaves, my coworker's trying to fix the machine, and my manager walks up. Not my supervisor who's on vacation, my manager, who's above the supervisor. So she comes up, and she's starting to laugh. I said, did you hear any of that? And she goes, only the part where somebody said that the machine was spitting out 600 $1 bills. I said, yeah. I said, he came up and said that he wanted all ones. And I confirmed with him $1 bills. And he said, yeah, and that's not what he wanted. He wanted $100 bills. And I was like, I misheard him or something, but I could have sworn he said yes to the $1 bills. And so a customer standing in front of my coworker goes, yeah, he said once. I would have thought the same thing too. So everyone's in there confirming, like, he said once. He said $1 bills. And my manager's ready to laugh. My coworker, on the other hand, was probably ready to shoot me because she's having to fix the broken machine. And I'm just like, I'm so sorry. Like, I felt so god-awful. And she goes, I mean, you did give him what he asked for. And then my coworker's like, yeah, you didn't do anything wrong. She goes, just, next time, if they have a large amount, do the hundreds first if they say ones before you go for the ones. And I'm like, only me. Like, I'm sorry, usually when someone wants $100 bills, they say, hey, give that all in large. Or, hey, I want $100 bills. They don't say, give me ones. Ones mean one, not 100. And technically, hundreds is the correct term for multiple $100 bills. I also got another good funny story for you guys. So, every once in a while, I work at a restaurant. I fill in from time to time when they need one. The other day, I told them, like, yeah, sure, I can come in and be a waitress if you need a waitress. But if you hire somebody and you have enough people, let me know. I'm not going to come in. So, I told them that about 2-3 weeks prior to me having to go there. And meanwhile, I had to work another branch, not the one I'm at here today, but a different branch, which isn't as far as this one. So, not too big of a deal, right? I'm at that branch. It's me and my coworker standing there. She actually came from my branch to also help out that branch. And we're sitting there talking, and I look down at my message on my phone, and it's their floor supervisor saying, hey, don't forget, or the night before they said, hey, don't forget, you're coming in today. And I said, oh, okay, did you guys not find anyone yet? Could have called me sooner if you needed me. And they're like, oh, no, you're taking over for our cashier because she wants the day off. I'm sitting there thinking, motherfucker, I don't know who you think you're talking to. For one, I am not your employee, technically. You don't know. Like, the fucking audacity. I'm not technically employed by them. I fill in from time to time, but I'm not their employee. I don't work every week. I don't work, one shift every week or nothing like that. So I'm sitting here thinking, like, excuse me? And they're like, yeah, she wanted the day off because she had something she wanted to go do. She wanted the day off so she could do what she wanted to do. Therefore, the one person who volunteered to help, if you did not have the person, like the staff all filled out, you're going to tell them, hey, you're going to work even though we have the people to work. I didn't volunteer to take over for your cashier. I took over to fill in as a waitress, which some days can be considered a pay cut. Because if, the tips are really good and the tables are really good, that could be a good amount in tips. Or, as a cashier, you get the cashier pay and maybe to-go tips. I think that night I really didn't make much. I think I made like $50-something somewhere in that area. So, I really wasted a night. I was up there for a good while. I was aggravated because people were getting on my last nerve. I asked someone to make me food and they refused to. Because everyone's allowed to eat when they're hungry. You just go let the kitchen know, like, hey, make this for me. Or can you make this for me? So I go and I ask. And the supervisor of the kitchen goes to the guy who's in charge of making it and goes, hey, can you drop this for her? And that kid don't like me. So he was like, yeah, sure. And then he didn't. And I'm just like, to you, buddy. Like, whatever. But, no big deal. I was gonna get through that day, and then I saw how much I made, and I'm like, I could have been editing videos. I could have been recording gameplay. And this is what I get. Trying to see if anyone showed up yet. It's already almost quarter till. I haven't seen anyone pull into the lot. Was I not supposed to come today? Were they not opening today? And no one told me? Wait. What? Anyways. But yeah, I'm really aggravated about that. Because they literally told me the night before I woke up to that text. Like, hey, you're coming in. No. I mean, I worked it anyway out of a favor to the owner because I'm close with the owner. But I literally told the woman who sent me the text, I said, please do not ever text me like that again. And she goes, what? I said, do not text me the night before you need me and tell me to show up. I said, if you discuss it with me in advance and say, hey, I know you were going to fill in for this reason, you know, we have accommodated, you know, our end where we don't need that position. Could you take over as this? They know I have hearing problems, so answering the phone is very hard for me to do. So they really probably should not have had me as their cashier. I did fine, but I had to keep asking people to repeat things. And then customers would come up and start talking to me while I'm on the phone, so I can't fucking hear. And I'm like, I literally had just got done telling them that I had gone for my hearing test and couldn't hear much, and I'm gonna have to go get an MRI and look into hearing aids and stuff, which, yes, I still don't have any. I have to go to an audiology appointment in a couple days, and I gotta go to get my MRI in a couple days, so, but people just fucking piss me off. Like, if you're gonna do stupid shit, at least be a decent person about it. Don't fucking tell me, hey, you're doing this. No, how about you ask? I'm not your employee. I'm doing you a favor, so ask it as a favor. But I did explain, you know, do not take my kindness for granted. If you know me personally, don't do it. Don't. I've got a lot to do in my life, and working for, you know, minimum wage at a job that I did not want. I've quit twice and, you know, offered to help and then be, you know, kind of treated like shit. I don't know how I managed to quit a job twice and still go back. I can't escape. But anyways, I'm gonna get off here and go into work and start my day. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.